AITA for asking my boyfriend to stop spending time with our friends after they left me out. I am a 26-year-old woman, and I have been in a relationship with my boyfriend, Andrew, who is also 26, for about 8.5 years. Andrew has two best friends named Sam and Randy. We all attended the same university, although I was in a different department. We have known each other for nearly 5 years now. Sam has a girlfriend named Mary who is 22. She studied at the same university, but she joined after we had already graduated. Sam and Mary met through one of Sam's junior friends, and they have been dating for 3 years. Over time, we all became a close group who often spent weekends together since we live in the same city now. I got along well with Mary too. When Mary started dating Sam, Andrew was living near our university at the time. Sam introduced Mary to Andrew first, and the two of them quickly became close friends. Through them, I also got to know Mary better, and soon we developed a good friendship. Randy was cautious about Mary in the beginning because Sam had some rough past relationships. But eventually, Randy also grew to like her a lot, and they became friends as well. To be honest, I sometimes felt a little jealous of Mary, not in a cruel way, but because I admired her. She is confident, beautiful, and intelligent. She even got accepted into a very prestigious MBA program. At times, I noticed how much Randy and Andrew seemed to admire her too, which made me feel insecure. Randy and I were close friends, though I was never that close to Sam. Everything started to change about 8 months ago, when Randy began dating a woman named Susan, who is 27. Susan works in the same field as I do, social media and brand management, so we connected quickly. We even realized that we had attended some of the same professional events in the past, but had never met. As time went on, we became close, and we started spending a lot of time together, both for work and casual hangouts. The problem was that Susan clearly disliked Mary. She never tried to hide it. Whenever we all hung out as a group, you could feel the tension in the air. Susan often made rude comments about Mary's outfits, her education, or her job at a big company. Mary usually ignored it or handled it gracefully so that the evening would not get ruined. But one day, Susan took it too far by asking Mary a very inappropriate personal question in front of everyone. Mary handled the moment calmly and replied with humor, which embarrassed Susan. Afterward, Susan called me and started complaining about Mary, saying she always acted like she was better than everyone and dressed to show off. She even said that both Andrew and Randy seemed to admire Mary too much, because I already had my insecurities. I foolishly agreed with Susan at that time, and that was my biggest mistake. Soon, I started to drift away from Mary and became closer to Susan. Sometimes we both made unkind remarks about Mary. Whenever we did, Randy and Andrew immediately told us to stop. It became obvious that this whole situation was putting pressure on Randy's relationship with Susan and also causing fights between Andrew and me. Andrew told me he did not like how we spoke about Mary. Eventually, we agreed that I would stop talking badly about her, but he would not try to change my opinions. Mary noticed that something was different and tried to talk to me about it, but I ignored her attempts. 2 months ago, our group planned a short weekend trip to the beach. The first evening went smoothly. We relaxed, listened to music, and had fun. That night, we went to a bar where the singer asked for volunteers to perform. Sam and Randy encouraged Mary to sing because she used to be part of a music group in college. Mary refused at first, but after the singer insisted, she sang a few songs and was amazing. Everyone in the bar loved her performance. When Mary returned to the table, she said she was tired and wanted to go back to the hotel to rest. Susan made a snide comment, accusing Mary of pretending to be modest just to get attention. The atmosphere became tense. Mary ignored it and left with Sam. The rest of us went back to our rooms, feeling awkward. The next morning, we met at the beach. Susan and I were both wearing one-piece swimsuits, while Mary came in a burgundy 2-piece swimsuit. It was not inappropriate, but she looked confident and comfortable in it. Susan immediately whispered that Mary was being disrespectful by dressing that way around our boyfriends. She insisted we should talk to her, and unfortunately, I agreed. We pulled Mary aside, and Susan accused her of trying to draw attention to herself and behaving inappropriately. Mary looked confused and annoyed. She said she was only wearing what she felt comfortable in and that she was not doing anything wrong. She told us that if we had insecurities, we should deal with them ourselves instead of attacking her. Susan tried to claim that both of us felt the same, and when Mary looked at me, I admitted that I agreed. Mary became angry and said she was tired of our behavior and that she would no longer tolerate it. She walked away, clearly upset. After she spoke to Sam, they decided to leave the beach. Susan then started yelling, accusing Mary of always making herself the center of attention. Mary snapped and told her to stop being so toxic and jealous. The argument got heated, and Susan said something very hurtful that crossed a line. Mary reacted by slapping her and walked away in tears. Randy and Andrew were furious at Susan for her behavior. They said she had gone too far and that this was unacceptable. The rest of the trip was ruined. That night, Andrew and I had a huge argument. He explained how Susan had influenced me and made me turn against Mary, who had never done anything to deserve it. For the first time, I truly realized how wrong I had been. Randy and Susan broke up soon after because of what happened. When we returned home, I reached out to Mary to apologize. She accepted my apology, but made it clear that she no longer trusted me. She said that she would be polite when we met, but our friendship was over. That hurt, but I understood that I deserved it. Since then, everything has changed. Sam no longer comes to hangouts when I am present. Randy and Andrew still meet Sam and Mary often, and they seem to have a great time together. I feel like I have been completely excluded from the group. Even Randy, who was once my close friend, seems distant now. It hurts to see photos of them all together having fun while I am left out. Susan still messages me often after her breakup, but I think continuing to talk to her only makes things worse. I even tried to convince Randy to give Susan another chance, which he refused, and that probably made him more distant from me. Now I feel hurt and lonely. It makes me sad that Andrew continues to hang out with Sam and Mary while I am excluded. I know I caused a lot of this, but I cannot help the way I feel. So AITA for asking my boyfriend to stop spending time with Mary and Sam because their presence reminds me of how left out I am. Or am I being unreasonable for feeling this way?